Mm. Mm.
History is filled with brilliant brains who changed our lives with their amazing ideas, theories, and inventions. And my Victorian age was stuffed with them. Charles Dickens transformed writing. I love his stuff. Florence Nightingale basically created modern nursing. You're welcome.
Victoria, Victoria, I'd like to know more.
L.L. Zamenoff, for example, thought he'd invented a way of bringing about world peace. Spoiler alert.
Fred, you represent the great countries of the world. I believe that I have the answer for creating world peace.
Really, Dr. Zamenhof? How is an unknown Polish eye doctor going to come up with a plan for world peace? We all speak different languages. Half of them can't understand what you're saying. See, here's the answer. I believe that the world's problems are down to poor communication.
So I've come up with a new language. It's simple and easy to learn and will become the language of international communication. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Any sort of fighting I abhor. We need to find a way to prevent war. And I think that language is the solution. A peaceful way of resolving things. There's no need for more battling. Here's a way to stop this confusion. Esperanto. It's a language that I created in Poland. A way that we can keep the conversation flowing. A way of talking that will only keep on growing. Esperanto. It's a simple language to unite the people. It's a way of speaking that will make us equal. We can sort our problems in a way that's peaceful. It's easy to learn. There's no crazy grammar. It follows simple rules everyone can understand. Yeah, a mixture of languages. But here's the surprise. There are some words you might recognize. A bird is birdo, cat is catto, a cake is cuco, baby is babo, club is clubbo, river, rivero, music, musico, problem, problemo.
Stop me if I talk. I wouldn't want to offend. You're just taking a word and sticking an O on the end.
I see why you've said that. There's really more to it. Don't be put off. Everyone here can do it. Esperanto. It's a language that I created in Poland. A way that we can keep the conversation flowing. A way of talking that will only keep on growing. Esperanto. It's a simple language to unite the people. It's a way of speaking that will make us equal. We can solve our problems in a way that's peaceful. Esperanto.
What was that all about?
Esperanto. I guess we'll never know. Oh. Welcome to our look at some brilliant historical brains. And here to help us out is someone who seems to know everything. It's actual chaser, the beast, Mark Labette. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Russ.
Let's test your brainiac credentials then. When was Battle of Hastings?
1066.
Oh, you are good. What's the biggest speedy?
Wait.
What? How am I supposed to know that? Oh, bad luck, Mark.
No, hang on. How was I supposed to know that? You never told
Right,
me.
mate. Don't go on about it. No one likes a sore loser. The answer is John Wilkins. In the 17th century, he was a member of the Royal Society, a place where the brain boxes of the time went to swap ideas. And it was there that Wilkins presented an amazing idea that we still use today, just not quite in the same way we thought. What's the captain of Ecuador?
I'm not playing anymore. But it's Keto.
Oh, nice.
And so, I am delighted to present to you, fellow members of the Royal Society, my design for a submarine ark. A boat that travels under the water. Now, this ark, or submarine boat, could change everything. Imagine a vessel that could travel to any coast in the world completely undetected. It won't be affected by the tides or threatened by the ice when crossing under the poles. Cool. There's just one problem. which may mean this boat can never be built. I refer, of course, to how you deal with when you need to go.
I know. On a voyage.
No. I'm talking about the toilet. What do you do with the doo-doo?
Oh. Who?
I'm not sure we need the diagram.
I disagree. Imagine you're in a submarine and you're having a poo. Are you imagining it?
Yes, I think I've got it.
Good. Now, what do you do with the poo?
Throw it out the window.
No, well, you'll be under the sea, so water would flood in and sink the boat.
True, but I have the answer.
What is it?
It's a poo collecting bag. It would be attached to a hole in the submarine. You simply pop your poop inside, close it up at one end, release the other, and hey presto, away goes the poo.
Pooh aside, Wilkins, I believe you've actually invented some kind of airlock. This could be revolutionary.
I know, right? Super pooper.
No, but you could use the same system to stock up with food and fuel without ever having to come to the surface.
Yes, a boat could lower them in from above and you could take them in through the hole.
This isn't just for poos. This could be used for
No,
everything.
no, right? It's just a poo bag for getting rid of poo. Do you want a demonstration? It's really simple. Like, you hold the bag out, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Look, Wilkins, this submarine is a triumph, but your poo bags stink.
All right, fine. But in the future, if you're ever in a submarine boat and you feel a poo coming on, don't come crying to me. Had a big lunch.
Oh, it's just me.
Oh.
Head teacher Ruth Thomas is looking for a new physics teacher after Miss Evans' shoelaces got caught in a class 9F's rocket and she suddenly relocated to Norfolk. Welcome to Historical Educating.
I'm quite excited about our new supply teacher. He was such an important scientific figure that he has more things named after him than almost anyone else. Humboldt Mountains, Humboldt Park, Humboldt City. And there's even a part of the moon called Mare Humboldtiana.
Class 7F's new teacher is Alexander von Humboldt.
Morgan.
Good morning, Mr. Alexander von Humboldt.
Now, hands up who wants to help me with a scientific experiment.
Yeah, Colby.
Very interesting. Who else would like to help me?
Mr. von Humboldt experiments with animals and electricity, which doesn't seem right because that's what Stephen Wilkins in 7P got excluded for.
Here we have a beautiful dead bird, yeah? Well, who here wants to see if we can bring this birdie back to life with some electricity?
Let's do this.
That didn't work.
He's such a science legend. In fact, there's over 100 animals named after him, like the Humboldt squid.
So that doesn't look very safe.
Don't worry, I've done this test before. Sticking wire up your bottom is a perfectly valid scientific test. Nothing can happen to me unless someone switches on the light.
Mr. von Humboldt, what do you think you're doing? Wow, how would you say that went?
Pretty good. I don't know what the fuss is about. Thanks to my experiment, we now know that electrocuting yourself through the bottom leads to nausea, cramps, and it makes you do a little bit of wee.
You're fired, Mr. von Humboldt. You know the way out.
Excuse me. I seem to have retained a little charge in my buttocks.
Ever been tempted to see what happens if you attach electrodes to your bum mark? What? No, of course not. I can smell burning fur.
At least you can't feel it. Anyways, it's no surprise that some of history's biggest brains have tried to tackle history's biggest challenges, like how to help win wars and how to save lives. Marie Curie tried to... What do you know about her, Mark?
She was a brilliant Polish-French physicist who did pioneering work with radioactivity.
Correct. And during the First World War, she used her knowledge about X-rays to try and help soldiers on the front line. Yes! Whoa! You need to sit down. They don't think I'll be sitting down for some time, Mark.
What's up? Marie Curie here, scientist, brain box, and winner of 2 Nobel Prizes. The Science Institute where I teach has shut because all the men have been called up into the French army to fight against Germany in this great war. I really want to help them. Oh, I am sending X-ray machines to the battlefields where doctors can use them to check for broken pieces of metal in the wounded soldiers. Let's go save some lives! Oh, that is very heavy. Hashtag, I need a plan. Okay, not a problem. That's French for sorted. I have simply adapted both the X-ray machines and the ambulance to serve our purpose. Woohoo! Hashtag, need to learn to drive. Oops. Okay, problem solved. My 17-year-old daughter, Irene, can do the driving while I am learning. Pedal to the metal, Irene. Hashtag, Irene can't drive either. Awkward! Okay, we have made it to the front line and we are ready to go to work. Lieutenant, if you can just... no, okay, if it's just... So I have only really taught about X-rays. I haven't really used the machines before, as such. Hashtag, just because I'm brilliant doesn't mean I know everything. Hashtag, am I right? Well, everything has settled down a bit. And I have organized 200 battlefield X-ray units and 20 of these mobile X-ray ambulances. They've even called them little Curies after me. So cute. So I think I can say I have done my bit. Au revoir. Come on, little Curie away! Hashtag still not completely sure about the driver.
Well, Dr. Skinner, we're hoping you've come up with something that will help us to defeat the Nazis. Gentlemen, I believe I have. A massive advance in missile accuracy. Piloted missiles. Piloted? Who would be stupid enough to pilot a missile that was going to explode? Gentlemen, meet your new pilot. You want a pigeon to fly the bomb? Of course not. I want 3 pigeons to fly the bomb. Gentlemen, each pigeon harnessed inside the missile has been trained to peck at the target when they see it. This pecking transmits a signal via the bird's beak, which controls the bomb's tail fins and directs it towards the target. Oh no! You've destroyed my Nazi battleship! Who would have suspected a pigeon? Oh, somebody give Skinner a promotion! Are we being pranked? Do you want us to entrust the war to birds? These are no ordinary birds, sir. My pigeons are graduates of the Skinner School of Aviation. We created a flying school for pigeons. They're not going to train themselves, are they? Who is this guy? Let me show you something. What are you doing? A demonstration, sir. Each pigeon has been trained to ignore the distractions of war. Ah! My eyes! My eyes! See, it didn't even flinch. Thank you, Dr. Skinner. We have heard enough. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's a terrible idea. I'm sure implementing your pigeon plan would have been a real... But it's time for you and your pigeons to take off. Hey, where'd that pigeon go? I told you they were trained to hit enemy targets.
Okay, so not all wartime ideas were winners. You know, Mark, some people say pigeons are like rats with wings. Talk about a compliment. I'd make a great pigeon.
Let's move on to a brilliant wartime brain who really did change all our lives. Alan Turing.
Oh, good call. He helped crack an unbreakable Nazi code in World War II and turned the tide of the war. However,
Not everything this genius did was quite as clever.
You know, I didn't expect Alan Turing, one of the geniuses who cracked the secret Nazi code, a top computing wizard, to be quite so eccentric.
What do you mean eccentric?
Well, at work, you keep your mug chained to a radiator.
That's not eccentric. That's clever. It means I know exactly where my mug is at all times.
And hold your trousers up with string.
Of course I do. I fall down without it.
One time, I saw you cycle to work wearing a gas mask.
That's to stop you getting hay fever. And it works.
Then there's the fact you caught us pushing an empty baby buggy around the woods.
Treasure in something when I find it, haven't I?
Treasure?
Yes. See, back in 1940, I discovered that silver would be worth more after the war.
Okay.
So I took my life savings and converted them into 2 heavy silver ingots.
That is clever.
I then came into the woods, buried the silver, and now we are going to dig it up again.
Do you remember where you buried it?
That's the cleverest part. I don't need to. I designed a code to tell me where the treasure is, and it's so devilishly difficult that only I can crack it. All I need to do is solve the code and know where the silver's buried.
Ayan.
Well, what does the code say?
Just a minute.
You can't crack the code, can you?
Of course I can. I've cracked some of the most fiendish codes ever created. What? You really think I can't crack my own code? Oh, I'm fine. I haven't a clue. Curse past me for being cleverer than future me.
Let's hire a metal detector.
No, I remember
Oh.
it was by a big tree.
Would you like me to get that metal detector?
Yes, please. And a bell. This time something of mine. Writer of nifty sayings, such as "In the wind blows across fence." But what you may not know is I also turned my mind to the serious subject of food. Confucius loves num-nums. I have some very strong views, such as you should always eat meat with its proper sauce. The sauce not meat! And, of course, I hate peaches! Seriously.
Squidward.
Say no to peaches! Down with peaches! Oh, no, wait. It's a peach! That's the plum! Panic over. Hi, I'm Buzz Aldrin, and I walked on the moon. That was impossible without brain boxes studying the stars and working out how to get me there. As far back as the ancient Greek times, people were staring up at the heavens and trying to understand how the people around them at the time weren't always ready to understand their genius. I wish they'd also thought of a way of letting those out of a spacesuit.
Attention, people of Bethany. I, Agla Honest, have been studying the moon as I help develop a science called astronomy. The science of the stars. And today, I'm able to give you the perfect example of the uses of this science. Yay!
Can you juggle? There was a juggler last week.
Oh, he was great.
Top class entertainer.
No. But this is much more exciting than juggling. Using astronomy, I can predict when there will be a full moon. And I can predict a lunar eclipse.
What? When the moon disappears or changes colour? Sure you can.
I predict that there will be a lunar eclipse right now.
Called it.
Astronomy is pretty cool, right? She's changed the moon. What? No, I just told you when it would change. It's going to be back to normal in a second. See?
She's a moon witch!
Oh, please, don't use your moon witch powers against us. Not a witch. I just love astronomy. And I'm like, really clever. You wouldn't act like this if I was a man.
That's exactly what a moon witch would say!
Please do not hurt us, a moon witch. Look, let me explain.
My face is gone!
She's gone and vanished it with her moon witchy powers.
Oh, for the love of.
My face is
back, you score those butts. You can make a face go and come and will.
Right, come on, guys. This is silly. Stop worrying about moon powers.
Thank you.
If we worship her, she may use her powers for good.
I'm not a moon witch. I'm just an astronomer who's devoted years to understanding the stars.
We have angered her.
Tell us about your astronomy, if it will so please you, oh Moon Witch.
Tell us your boring information.
Okay, it's quite simple, really. The moon, it goes through several of what we call phases, starting with the new moon, and then the first quarter, and then,
Shall we see if that juggler's on somewhere else?
all of which I control with my moony witchy powers. She's gonna turn us
Oh, for the love of. Oh, for the love of birdseed. Oh, for the love of birdseed. I love so much. Yeah, for the love.
And my marvelous mind helped me graduate from college with degrees in math and French at just 18 years old. I believe that mathematics is out of this world, which is why I joined the American Space Agency, NASA.
It's literally rocket science.
I worked on the mathematics of spaceflight and helped NASA to launch a rocket to orbit the Earth and then land on the moon.
Moon time, baby.
I was so good at math, the astronaut John Glenn said my mind was smarter than a computer. Before his 1962 mission to orbit the Earth, he refused to fly until I had personally double-checked the computer's calculations. Although, if I am really smarter than a computer, how come I can never win this game? Oh, there's 5 more minutes, then I will definitely get back to work. Probably.
Get back to work.
Man, the living toilet poo ran from the Middle Ages with a bucket so that you can have a poo in a private place. Sitting on my bucket with a cape tomato face. Hey, fun, and when you're done, I will charge depending if you did a 2 or 1. Loo man.
Please welcome today's historical figure who really needs the loo, Ada Lovelace.
Greetings, friend. Are you Ada Lovelace, the super brainy 19th century writer and mathematician?
Well, yes, but
Then I am Lou.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that this was the little mathematician's room. I really need to know.
Ada Lovelace, you have, by a means we do not need to go into right now, travelled through time from the 19th century
Oh.
to you, my fertility.
Oh, marvellous. Where are they?
Well, that's them. People are usually quite impressed by them. Answer questions 1 and 2, and I'll let you do a It's flop quiz time. Mathematician Ada Lovelace, you must answer 2 questions about your life before you may work out your pressing logarithm. Question number 1. What is your weirdest secret?
Well, when I was a teenager, I developed an irrational fear of beds, and so I stepped on the floor.
No, that is pretty weird. Question number 2. Tell us a little known fact about you, Ada Lovelace.
Well, I worked with my friend, the inventor Charles Babbage, and I described how he could program his computational machine to solve complex equations.
Charles Babbage is remembered as the inventor of something called a computer. And you're remembered as one of the first computer programmers.
Yes, that's right. I've done your questions now. Going away.
You may join us next time when I'll be stopping more historical celebs from doing a poo to ask questions just for you. The 1 to 2 is really adding up there, Ada. Strange guy. We've got something in common. No, we both look good in a cape. What do you mean, the smell? Sure. You do live in the sewer. That's fair. Well, we've come to the end, and I suppose the best advice if you want to be a brilliant brain like that lot is to try your best. Be creative. Think outside the box. And be as unusual as you like. This lady certainly did that. 12th century German nun Hildegard von Bingen was a brainy pioneer who did a bit of everything. She's like none other, Mark. You know, 'cause she's a nun. That's a terrible joke. Don't make her happy.
Living in a memory. Hildegard von Bingen, that is me. I'm quite brainy. Was I feel inspired? So many ideas bursting through. My brain hums with things to do every day. I look around at the sickly meds to cure them. I write mine down in book form. Let's spread our knowledge round the world. And I say, ooh, I'm guided by insights. My mind is firing, I'm touching this down. And I say, ooh, so many books to write. Going to share all of this knowledge that I found. For a bit of fun, I made up a secret language. It tossed me a titch. Cool and tea. Hot dog. And music is my thing. I write hymns and chants to sing. Their first musical morality play. Yeah, I slay. I look around and the natural world astounds me. Note down all that surrounds me. Wrote 9 volumes, think I covered everything. And I say, ooh, my mind is feeling bright. Yes, I'm a woman, but I've got knowledge too. I'm writing letters every day to folks and emperors to say, if you listen, I can show you a better way. And I say, ooh, I'm guided by insights. My mind is firing, hope I'm inspiring you. And I say, ooh, the future's looking bright. If we can think it, we could make it true. I can got my name.
What you do with... That's what it's remember.
And help NASA to launch a rocket to the orbit.
On this string, hope you enjoy horrible histories.
Uh-oh.